Hi guys, today I'm going to walk you through the oil change procedure on BMW E46, and what we are using is the electronic oil extractor, and here's all the tools you need. First, this is the oil. The M42 takes 4.25 liters of oil, and this is what I use. Shell oil, you can choose whatever you want. And the fifth bottle just for the 0.25 liter, just for preparation if we really need it. And this one is torque wrench, because when you lock it back, the oil filter needs 25 Newton meters, so make sure you have it. And this one is the wrench that you have to take it off. This is the special tool for BMW oil filter when you have to remove it. This one is the adapter for the torque wrench. And this is the oil filter. What I chose was the Haste. You can choose like main or OEM BMW. It's your call. And this one is the electronic oil extractor that you can just simply hook it up to the battery or anything that outputs 12 volt. And what basically it does is it sucks up the liquid by this tube and output here. So this is very useful that you can use it on either like coolant flush or oil change, or maybe ATF change. Alright, and this is the 12 volt battery. And this is the water bottle that use it to store the oil that's going to be extracted from E46. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to start engine, and we will wait until it becomes idle at about 700 RPM. So the oil inside engine can be warmed up a little bit, so it's easier for the oil extractor to extract it out. So you can see now it's around 1000 RPM. So we'll wait till it becomes around 700. Okay, now the engine is about 700 RPM. And so what we have to do, just turn off the engine and use the lever there to open up the engine hood, in case if you don't know. Okay, we are good to go. Alright, this is my E46. So now we're going to open up the engine hood. Alright. So this is the N42 engine. So if your car is like E46 or E90 that comes with N46 engine, or like E87, whatever it is, comes with N46 engine, this tutorial apply to your engine as well. So here, this is the oil filter cap that we are going to remove, and this is the oil level checking indicator, and we are going to remove it later for the oil extraction. Okay, this is the oil filter cap. Now we are going to assemble the tool for the oil cap and the wrench. And prepare your towel first in your container, because there will be oil coming out later. Okay, just keep turning till it becomes loose. Now we can actually take it off. Okay, some extra lining. This should be better. Alright. This is the oil filter. But first, let's change the oil filter. And after you receive your oil filter, when you open it up, what's in the container is that this is the oil filter itself. And also you'll find there should be 3 different size O-rings. It comes with a copper washer. And the copper washer is for the bolt that underneath the car. Since today we are not doing that method, we don't need to replace the washer. Right. So this is the oil filter. So what do you have to do? Just simply push a little bit and take it out. So this is the used oil filter after just 4,000 kilometers. Here, this is the O-ring we're going to exchange. This is O-ring number 1, O-ring number 2, O-ring number 3. So it's actually easier if you have something like a small flathead screwdriver. You can use your hand as well, but this will be easier. So let's take off the first O-ring. Alright. And this is the second O-ring. And finally the third one. Okay, all of the O-rings have been separated. So now we put the new O-ring on the oil filter cap. Okay, the biggest one first. So before you put the O-ring on, you can actually just tap a little bit of the engine oil, so it's able to make it seal better after you put it back. So this is the first O-ring. Okay, nice and tight. And we're doing the second one. Okay, since my hands are already lubricated with the oil, I think I don't have to lubricate the O-ring. Alright, this is the last O-ring. Okay, right, just like that. Next, this is the new haste filter. So there's something special about the haste oil filter. Is you can see there's a thick layer of like a stopper. I think theoretically it should be better to prevent oil from going through. And this one is the main filter. So what's next? Easy, just fit it in, push it a bit till it's all the way in, just like that. Okay, and this part is done. Alright, what we're gonna do next is we're going to pull up the oil level indicator. Just pull it all the way up. And this is the oil level indicator. So that one is the tube. And we're going to stick the tube in and extract oil from here. Okay, now we are ready to extract the motor oil. So this is the electronic oil extractor. So make sure you put the exhaust tube into the water bottle and hooked up the 12-volt battery, and don't stick the tube in the engine yet. So okay, let's turn it on. Okay, you can hear and you can see the oil extractor is already running. So I'll show you how to extract oil first. Just simply put the tube to whatever you want to extract oil. You can see the oil is running through. So what we do now is that we want to suck up as much oil as we can from the oil filter socket. Okay, the oil is not really coming through yet, just a little bit oil. Alright, now we are going to stick the extractor tube into the oil level indicator tube. Alright. Okay, if you insert it deep enough, okay. Now you can see the oil filled up with the tube running through. Okay, that took a while. Okay, now you can see the oil is being extracted. Okay, now it's starting getting bubble. That means almost all the oil is going to be extracted soon. So what you can do now is move the tube up and down. Make sure it sticks to the bottom of it. There's all bubbles now. So let's take it off. Take it out. Beware to prepare the towel first. You don't want it to drip everywhere. Right now, after we extract all the oil, what we're gonna do now is we're going to put this oil filter cap back. And beware, as you can see, it says the torque is 25 nanometer. So what we're going to use here now is the torque wrench. Open it up, torque wrench. So when the torque wrench is unused, remember to put it back to the minimum volume so you don't stress the spring inside. Okay, so what we are looking now is the nanometer, not foot-pound. Alright, so we are at 20. So what we're looking for is 25. So let's unscrew it first, the bottom screw. And now we can just rotate. Oh, let's see. So we are at 20.3 here. So we have to add around 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think let's go back a little bit for the 0.3. Alright, then you tighten it up. Okay, now I'm going to use the adapter. And alright. Okay, now we're going to put it back. Just put it in. Turn it by hand first until you feel a little bit resistance. Okay, this is now the torque wrench comes in. Okay, make sure it fits properly and start turning. Turn it slowly until you hear the click. There's some point that you can no longer turn it and you'll hear click. That means you've already reached the torque. Alright, I think almost it. Okay, you can see now the torque engine. It moves a little bit and making a click sound. That means we're already at 25 nanometer. So if you don't have the tool, actually you can just do it with normal wrench, and I think just lock it not too tight, just tight enough, and you are good to go. Now we are going to stick the oil level indicator back. Now we are going to fill in the oil. So this is the oil I'm using, Shell Ultra 5W40. And when you choose the oil, make sure it has BMW LL certificate. I think on the market what you can find is either BMW LL01 or BMW LL04, and that is BMW certificated, and I think it guarantees you that you can protect your engine and has longer miles and longer oil change interval. Alright, let's begin. So simply just turn it anti-clockwise, open out the cap, and this is what I use here. It's not necessary, but I made it myself. Okay, now I'm going to start engine. Okay, now the engine has stabled and the RPM is around 700. So now we are going to shut off the engine and wait for 5 minutes, then check the oil level indicator. Okay, 5 minutes passed. Now we're going to check the oil level indicator. So first we took it out. Use a towel to wipe it. So this is the indicator. Here this is maximum, this is minimum. Okay, 5 minutes passed. Now we're going to check the oil level indicator. So first we took it out. Use a towel to wipe it. This is maximum, this is minimum. As long as your oil level is between the maximum and minimum, it's all good. Okay, now we are going to stick it back and pull it out. See how it goes. So the oil level is about here. So I think means that I can add some more little bit oil. Alright, so I have just added 300 milliliters of the oil. So we start engine again, and we're going to check the oil level, whether it's almost maximum. Stick the oil away in and take it out. Alright, after I added 2 milliliter, it's almost at the maximum. If you can see. Okay, I know all of you guys must wonder, when I use this method, the oil extraction, how much oil did actually get extracted? Because some of you might think, this method, maybe it is not clean enough, you can't change all of the oil. So now I'm going to measure how much oil has been extracted from the engine. And I'm going to use this. This is the 600 milliliter measuring container. Okay, 600. It's 100, so just 1 liter. Okay, I'm going to repeat this. This is the last part. $400 and already filled 4 liters, and we still have a little bit left, so let's measure. Okay, so let's look at it. Okay, so the container itself, it's around 200 here. So that means we have extracted 4.2 liters totally. 4 and 2 liters. So means we almost extracted all of the engine's oil out, and that proves this method is very useful and easy. You don't have to live up, and you don't have to risk the chance to screw up the bolt underneath. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you next time.